I heard you were a coach at Northwood, a high school football coach.
I was. That's the reason why I live in Chatham County. Is I had a job in the Raleigh area, and it was a corporate job, suit and tie, and I had a friend ask me, well, if you could do anything, what would you want to do? And I said, well, I'd like to teach history and coach football. And there was an opening. So that I was living in Durham then, and there was an opening in Pittsboro. And so I just walked into the field house one day, and I said, hey, I want to coach football and teach social studies. And the athletic director there was a great guy named Jim Pappas. And he's like, shit, we could use you, fine. You're hired. And, I really appreciated his direct approach and his coaching style. And there were other coaches there, Bill Hall, Brian Harrington, Mike Ribbett. I mean, just a great bunch of guys that I got along with really, really well, considered brothers. And so I taught there for about 5 or 6 years before I got into real estate. But even when I got into real estate, I couldn't give up the coaching. And so I coached there for quite a while. And I went from coaching linemen to coaching linebackers to being defensive coordinator for a while. And then special teams, and I pretty much always had linebackers, which those are my favorite bunch of guys. Those are some hardcore guys. Those are usually the best athletes on both sides of the ball, and some might argue that, but the head coaches that I was associated with really always gave me pick of the litter, is what we used to say, and I was able to pick out 5 or 6 great athletes, and I'm very, very, very fortunate that I had a considerable number of kids make all conference or all state and go on and play at the college level, which was very, very fun and exciting and rewarding to me. But I've been out of it for 6 or 7 years now. My kids are of the age where they need some coaching, and in order to not miss their events, I wasn't able to continue to coach. But to have former athletes come and visit me now is incredible, and to see how they've succeeded in life. And sometimes they've bought real estate from me, and sometimes they just call and ask for advice. And they live all over the country, which is fascinating. But it's a really, really great group of young men. I was just at the gym the other day, and I saw 3 of my former players, and it was just, hadn't seen them in a while, and it's just great to see. And several of them had put on a bunch of weight, and when I first started coaching at Northwood, I was 26 years old and still trying to stay in shape and be in the weight room, and they would laugh at me and say, Coach Andrews, your belly's getting bigger, da-da-da. And I said, well, wait until you see when you're 26, 30 years old, and it's good to see those guys because they have their own challenges right now. But gosh, there's got to be a couple hundred kids that you just will never ever forget, and it's fun to see them come by, stop by the office, or call, or I'm friends with them on Facebook or whatnot. And I think one of the titles I'm most proud of is I'll be walking in downtown Pittsboro, just appointment to appointment or whatever, or walking back from lunch, and somebody will roll down the window and yell coach, and that's just a great honor.